A Stranger Among Us, Stories of Cross-Cultural Collision and Connection, 2008, is an anthology edited by Stacy Bierlein, featuring short stories from 30 international writers. The collection showcases the works of authors hailing from a diverse range of countries, including Zimbabwe, Morocco, Israel, Bangladesh, India, Croatia, Nepal, the United States, and Canada. Many of the stories have already been published in their respective home countries, but this anthology marks the first time several of the authors have been published in America. The stories included in the collection exhibit a wide range of tones and subjects, but they all revolve around the theme of intercultural connections, misunderstandings, assimilations, and rejections. The anthology garnered critical acclaim and received prestigious accolades such as the Independent Publisher Book Award, IPPY, for Best Anthology, and the International Book Awards for Best Fiction Anthology. One of the featured stories, Spleen by Josip Novakovic, was initially published in the anthology Wild East, Stories from the Last Frontier, 2003. It follows the journey of a mild-mannered Bosnian woman who defends herself by stabbing an opportunistic looter during the Serbian army's attack. Seeking refuge in America, she settles in a Bosnian community in Cleveland. However, the haunting memory of that fateful night never ceases to occupy her thoughts. Another story, Motherhood and Terrorism by Amanda Eyre Ward, delves into the life of Lola, whose husband relocates their family to an American compound in Saudi Arabia for work. Amidst the chaos of terrorism surrounding the compound, Lola becomes fixated on the desire to have a baby. She indulges in fantasies about the extravagant things she would be able to provide for her child due to her husband's high salary. These are just a few glimpses into the intriguing narratives present in A Stranger Among Us, a captivating anthology that explores the complexities of cross-cultural encounters and connections. Shoes by Edgar Carrot, originally published in The Bus Driver Who Wanted to Be God and Other Stories, 2001, revolves around a young Jewish Israeli boy grappling with his evolving understanding of the Holocaust and Germany's role in it. He finds himself torn between this historical knowledge and the contemporary Germany that produces the fashionable Adidas sneakers he wears. The story explores the complexities of forgiveness, the perils of forgetting, and the hope for a harmonious global future. In Cuba, I Was a German Shepherd, 2001, by Ana Menendez, which first appeared in a collection of the same name, portrays the life of Maximo, a Cuban exile now residing in Miami. As Maximo engages in games of dominoes and exchanges jokes about Cuba with his friends, disapproving tourists observe the scene, seeking an authentic experience. Amidst this, Maximo reminisces about Havana before the revolution, highlighting the contrasts between his present reality and his memories. The chapter titled Africa Unchained from Tony D'Souza's novel Whiteman, 2006, serves as a fictionalized memoir based on the author's experience as an aid worker in the Ivory Coast. Within the chapter, Jack, the protagonist, finds himself caught amidst riots. As he flees, he encounters a baboon he had previously interacted with and fed. Jack anticipates recognition from the newly liberated animal, but instead, it violently turns on him, serving as a metaphor for the enigmatic nature of Africa. Saadat Hassan Manto's Toba Tek Singh, originally published in Urdu in 1955, delves into the aftermath of the 1947 partition of India and Pakistan. The story revolves around the transfer of mentally ill asylum residents between the two countries. A Sikh inmate from Toba Tek Singh is sent back to India, but the process halts when it is discovered that the town now falls within Pakistan's borders. Refusing to move, the man lies in the no-man's land between the two nations, illustrating the human cost and absurdity of the partition. In Viet Thanh Nguyen's The Professor's Office, a Vietnamese immigrant in Los Angeles witnesses her husband's decline due to Alzheimer's disease. The story explores the emotional toll and challenges faced by the woman as she copes with her husband's fading memory and their shared history. The Neighbor by Goli Taragi depicts the struggles of a family that escapes from Tehran to Paris during the Iran-Iraq War. The story sheds light on their experiences as refugees, highlighting the hardships and uncertainties they face in their new surroundings. These stories are a glimpse into the anthology A Stranger Among Us, offering poignant narratives that explore the complexities of cross-cultural encounters, historical burdens, and the quest for belonging. The only dilemma they face is that they have exchanged one dictator for another. Instead of Saddam Hussein's invasion, they now find themselves at the mercy of Madame Wolf, a xenophobic and menacing downstairs neighbor. In Layla Lalami's The Odalisque, we follow the journey of Fatin, a devout young Muslim woman who is compelled to escape to Spain after her best friend's influential father orchestrates her expulsion from school. Within moments of arriving in Spain, Fatin is confronted with the dire choice of entering prostitution or being sent back to her home country. G.K. Worry's The Naked Circus presents a fantastical tale of a mail-order bride brought to America to provide companionship to a terminally ill woman. As she sits by her dying employer's side, the newcomer absorbs the spirit of the beloved deceased wife, assuming her identity. Irina Rain's The Wolf story revolves around Galia, the granddaughter of a Holocaust survivor, whose own life consists of a shallow routine of bars, clubs, and a meaningless job. Galia embarks on a journey to assist a friend in rediscovering her Jewish heritage in Poland, only to confront her own personal shortcomings along the way. First published in the collection We Are Not in Pakistan, 2007, Shauna Singh Baldwin's The View from the Mountain centers around immigrant Wilson Gonzalez, who believes he shares a positive relationship with his white boss until the events of 9/11 expose a darker truth. Diane Leifer's Keys to the Kingdom, originally published in the anthology Very Much Like Desire, 2000, features a white couple participating in a political meeting in the South Bronx. Despite their discomfort and unease within the neighborhood, they endeavor to raise funds for South African revolutionaries. The anthology concludes with Nathan Englander's In This Way We Are Wise, first published in the collection For the Relief of Unbearable Urges, 1999. The story explores the fluctuating emotions of an American Jew visiting Jerusalem for the first time, grappling with the complexities of identity and connection. These diverse narratives form a part of the anthology A Stranger Among Us, offering insightful explorations of cross-cultural collisions, personal transformations, and the quest for meaning and understanding. The protagonist finds himself compelled to restrain his response to the persistent terrorist bombings plaguing the city, as he observes the stark contrast between his own fear and the apparent apathy and resignation of the city's residents. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.